The BDN Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk, online at quirkauto.com. The Next Home Experience. Let our experience better yours. Greenway Equipment Sales. In Bangor and Ellsworth, nothing runs like a deer. The BDN Sports Game of the Week is also brought to you by Tradewinds Markets. Fuel up at your local Tradewinds where every gallon you buy helps local cancer care. Dean's Detailing, Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Digital Workshop, online at mainprovideo.com. And by Northeast Driving School, making a difference since 1969. And The Drive, your sports, your teams, your show. Weekdays 4 to 6 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. The BDN Sports Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ellsworth High School. Welcome to the BDN Sports Game of the Week tonight, featuring a battle of Eagles as George Stevens Academy takes on Ellsworth. I'm Jim Churchill, along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. Ernie, a couple of very hot teams coming into this one. Let's start with the defending champions in Class C.
Yeah, George Stevens Academy, the two-time defending champions in Class C, 57-2 over the last 3 years. Lost their first game of the season to Lee Academy this season, riding a 14-game winning streak led by Taylor Schildroth, the All-Maine senior guard. Very good sharpshooter. Max Matson, 6'7" in the middle, gives them an imposing presence defensively as well.
You mentioned 2 losses over the last 59 games for GSA. One of those losses happened right here at Ellsworth High School. Ellsworth riding a win streak.
Yeah, 2 years ago, this game, late in the season between the two at Ellsworth, Ellsworth won. That was the 2016 season. George Stevens went on to win the first of its 2 straight state championships in Class C. Ellsworth won the Class B regional championship that year. This year, Ellsworth off to a bit of a slow start, 4-5 through the first half of their 18-game schedule, but have won 6 in a row since then and have moved into 6th place in Class B North. They'd like to move up one more spot, the top 5 in the division, get preliminary round byes, but to do that, they're going to have to win a game like tonight or next week when they play Mount Desert Island to close out the regular season.
All right, a rivalry game. It is senior night. We got a big crowd on hand. We're looking forward to it here on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size 1-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy french fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
We may not be the biggest, but we're definitely the best. Here at Tim's Plumbing, we know that when a plumbing issue pops up, you need it fixed. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. We even do kitchen and bath remodeling. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. You can call us at 735-4969 or 327-1620. At Tim's Plumbing, service is our specialty.
Welcome back to Ellsworth High School, and the BDN Sports Game of the Week pregame show rolls on.
as we have George Stevens Academy from Class C. Just one loss on the season so far for the Eagles from GSA. They are 14-1, currently second in the Heel Point standings. Ernie, let's take a closer look at the Eagles from Blue Hill.
Yeah, they've been pretty impressive over the course of the last 3 or 4 years. I mentioned 57-2 over the last 3 years, 72-6 over the last 4 years, and very rarely are they on the short side of the scoreboard. They have a little bit of everything. They have a size in Max Matson at 6'7", a senior. He's headed to Maine Maritime Academy next year. They have a scorer in Taylor Shildroth, about 6'1", senior guard. Scored 61 points in a game last year. George Stevens Academy, 14-1 on the season. 14 of those wins coming in a row.
Dwayne Carter, their head coach.
Veteran head coach, graduate of George Stevens Academy, played on a championship team in 1979.
And remaining on the schedule for the Eagles after this one, they've got Mattanocook at home, and then they're at Narragansett.
And you mentioned that they're in second place right now in Class C North, just behind Fort Fairfield. I think it's just a couple of heel points. If George Stevens wins tonight or against Mattanocook next week, they will finish in first place, because Fort Fairfield has a couple of games against Class D foes, Wisdom and Easton. Just aren't enough heel points there for the Tigers to keep up with George Stevens if George Stevens wins at least one of its remaining 3 games.
So that's the story on George Stevens Academy from Class C as they step up here tonight to play Ellsworth from Class B, and the Eagles of Ellsworth are making their way up the ranks, riding that 6-game win streak.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. I mentioned earlier, up and down first half of the schedule, wound up 4-5 over the first 9 games, but as you can see there, now 10-5 with 6 consecutive victories since a loss to Herman at the midpoint of the season. Peter Austin, veteran coach, has been around for a number of years now and has done a good job in terms of building the team and the program, and really keeping it as one of the upper echelon teams in Class B in the east or north of Maine. Ellsworth's always around come tournament time, and they've had a couple of good playoff runs, and they've also done a good job of developing individual players. Bryce Harmon, recent point guard for the Eagles, now playing at Thomas College in Waterville, and of course Bruce St. Peter, who had a big tournament there a couple of years ago when Ellsworth won the regional championship, is now playing at Husson University in Bangor.
And this is senior night, as I mentioned earlier. The Eagles of Ellsworth will finish up their regular season at Foxcroft on Monday, and then, speaking of rivalry games, the Eagles will be at MDI to finish up the regular season on February 8th. All right, that's going to do it for the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip. This is the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastdrivingschool.com. You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. And Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit for any special occasion. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect drive over mower deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
We may not be the biggest, but we're definitely the best. Here at Tim's Plumbing, we know that when a plumbing issue pops up, you need it fixed. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. We even do kitchen and bath remodeling. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. You can call us at 735-4969 or 327-1620. At Tim's Plumbing, service is our specialty.
Welcome back to Ellsworth High School, Katsiafikas Gymnasium, as we get set for tonight's matchup between the George Stevens Academy Eagles and the Ellsworth High School Eagles. Jim Churchill, along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News and the entire Sportsnet Maine team, as it is senior night here at Ellsworth High School. Final home game of the regular season for the Eagles. Going to get the starting lineups here momentarily. Do want to mention our next game coming up on Tuesday will feature the Bangor Rams traveling to Hamden. We'll have that one for you Tuesday night from Hamden Academy at 7 o'clock. All right, the Eagles of George Stevens Academy, again 14-1 on the season, are going to be introduced here now, and part of their starting lineup, Caden Matson. Caden, a 6'1 sophomore, also in the starting lineup for Coach Dwayne Carter. Of course, Taylor Shildroth, the talented guard, senior at 6'1. And another Matson, Max Matson, 6'6". He's a senior as well. Percy Zentz. Of course, we saw these Eagles up at Mattanock a few weeks ago. And rounding out their starting lineup is Stefan Simmons, a 6'3 senior. So Caden Matson, Shildroth, Max Matson, Percy Zentz, and Stefan Simmons. And here's the Ellsworth Eagles starting lineup. Bradley Smith is a senior guard. Dylan Kaplan, senior forward for Coach Peter Austin. Also in the lineup for Coach Austin, Zach Harris. He's a senior guard. And number 15, Andrew McCullough, another senior. And rounding out the Ellsworth Eagles starting lineup is Jared Hamilton, a senior forward. So 5 seniors in the lineup tonight here for the Eagles on senior night. Very appropriate. And now we're going to have our national anthem here at Katsiafikas Gymnasium, played by the Ellsworth High School Band. Ready to go here tonight. Got a good feel in this gym here tonight, Ernesto.
Yeah, pretty much a sellout crowd here. Senior night, as you mentioned, for Ellsworth. And second meeting of the year between the two teams. Early on, it was George Stevens 60, Ellsworth 38 down in Blue Hill. I believe that was in mid-December. And both these teams have come a long way since then, particularly Ellsworth that finds itself on the brink of a preliminary round bye, but still needs a big win. And this is an opportunity for them on their home court to pull something like that off.
Yeah, that previous matchup back on December 15th, that was the third game of the season for George Stevens Academy. Also the third game of the year for the Ellsworth Eagles. All right, jumping in midcourt, Dylan Taplin for Ellsworth against Max Matson. And Matson, the taller of the two, wins the opening tip, and we are underway. Taylor Schildroff can't get the first shot of the ball game to go, but a weak side rebound by Percy Zentz. Zentz gets it back from Max Matson, deals it to Simmons on the left side. He tries to find some space there, hands it off to Zentz, and the reverse layup is up and good.
Ellsworth in a man-to-man defense. Good movement of both ball and body by George Stevens Academy after getting that offensive rebound.
Ellsworth goes inside to McCullough. Kick out for Bradley Smith. Now a loose ball near midcourt. Picked up there by senior Zach Harris. Takes it to the lane, kicks it left. Backing in against that George Stevens defense, and now a long three is off the back of the iron, no good. Missed there by McCullough, and the long rebound reeled in by Simmons. Simmons up the right side, picks up his dribble on the right wing. Now it's Schildroff. He's not bashful, and he's 0 for 2 here in the early going as he misses that three, and the ball's going to go off George Stevens Academy. Ellsworth basketball. They trail it 2-0.
You see the height advantage that Ellsworth has. Here goes Zentz with a reverse layoff off the short pass from Simmons, and then on the next possession, almost another offensive rebound by the Eagles, who enjoy a size advantage in almost every position.
Here's a two-pointer put up and good. Dylan Taplin. Nothing but net there. The Ellsworth Eagles are on the board. We're knotted at 2. About a minute and a half into this one. George Stevens from Class C, and Schildroff, a collision in the lane, and it's going to go against Taylor. Was that McCullough taking the hit there, Ernie?
I believe it was. Again, the help defense is usually a lot of times where that player control foul comes from there, and Schildroff beat his own defender, but it was the help side that forced the turnover and the early foul.
Zach Harris has it knocked away from behind, up ahead, back to Simmons. They go, the shot is blocked. Nice defense there by Taplin. It's going to be GSA basketball. Looked like an easy two potentially there for George Stevens, but good hustle there by Ellsworth.
Yeah, the initial pass off the turnover just a little bit ahead of where Caden Matson could take it in for a layup by himself, so he had to pass it back to Stevens, but Taplin was there with a big defensive play.
Here's Schildroff, left wing. Pulls up and misses. Offensive rebound, though, by Caden Matson, and the putback goes up and down. And Matson is stealing backcourt. Deals to Schildroff, but it's going to be picked off. Harris comes away with it for Ellsworth. Crosses over at midcourt. Right wing, McCullough. High arching shot, it's good. A three-pointer there for Andrew McCullough, the senior forward, and Ellsworth their first lead of the night.
A little unorthodox looking shot there, but he's 1 for 2 from three-point range so far is McCullough.
Here's Max Matson, 6'6" senior, surveying the situation, looking over the defense. Can't get the 15-footer to go, and the rebound to Dylan Taplin for Ellsworth, up the right side. Near the free throw line, hands it off to Zach Harris. His shot off the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound down to Max Matson. 5-4, early going. Ellsworth, the home team with the 1-point lead. Schildroff up and good, and add one more from the free throw line here for Taylor Schildroff. They'll try to complete the conventional three-point play.
Yeah, never the one to let a slow start stop him. There he is spinning around and then moving the shot out to his left so he can make some room and use the backboard to knock it in. That's a scorer there just making a play as he wound around about 3 different defenders.
Yeah, great body control there by Schildroff, who does complete the three-point play. And George Stevens is back on top, 7-5 as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Got some new faces on the court here for Ellsworth. Sam Giffen has the basketball now, takes it to the rack and puts it up and in.
Yeah, tough shot made tougher by the fact he had to shoot it over the 6'6" Max Madsen.
Giffen, another senior, and a 3-ball there from Taylor Shildroth. Things are heating up here at the Katsiafikis Gymnasium. Giffen looks inside, and a strong move there. The shot, I think, was partially blocked by Max Madsen, the attempt by Jared Hamilton. It is going to be Ellsworth basketball as it goes off GSA.
Yeah, it was Madsen on the block there, his first of the night.
Now Giffen looking for a teammate, finally gets it out deep to McCullough. Here's Zach Harris driving left baseline, puts it up and over Madsen, but I think once again Madsen got a piece of that shot. Here's Caden Madsen, right wing, picks up his dribble, hands it back to Shildroth. Pass near the free throw line to Max Madsen, backing in the lane, kick out, Simmons, shot up and off, no good. And the rebound down to Ellsworth. Pulling it out of there, Jackson Curtis, he's just a sophomore. Here's Giffen, another try, that one's no good. Fight for the rebound, loose ball is going to be picked up by Shildroth. Straight up the middle of the court, now swings it to the left wing. Thought about the shot, keeps his dribble. Now Simmons, down low, shot up and off, no good. And the rebound again by Curtis.
Pretty good defense, particularly getting back early on to force George Stevens to play offense in the half court by Ellsworth.
Harris takes a deep breath. On the right wing, it's Curtis. Looked inside for McCullough, nothing there. No top, it's Hamilton. Harris, a little contact there, no foul. Harris keeps his dribble. Now gets it off to Hamilton. Strong move with the left hand, but there's Max Madsen once again with the rejection.
Yeah, 3 blocks in 5 minutes. And Ellsworth, what they don't have, they have a lot of quickness and a lot of perimeter play, but really not a lot in the way of attacking the basket, particularly with a guy as defensive-minded as Madsen.
Great job by Amanda Mitchell working the floor at that end. Good look at that block. Block number 3 for Max. Into the ball game now for Ellsworth. Javon Williams. Harris showing no fear there. He goes in against Max Madsen and manages to get the shot off. Kisses it off the window for 2 points.
Yeah, smallest guy on the court, but he's definitely the glue that provides leadership for Ellsworth.
Shildroth shots missed. Max Madsen with the follow. That won't go down, and now we've got a timeout called by Peter Austin for the Ellsworth Eagles. There's that drive by Harris.
Harris, about 5'6", and
wow,
goes into the land of the Giants with no fear and gets rewarded with a tough left-handed hoop.
Once again, coming up next Tuesday, our next game on the BDN Sports Game of the Week, Bangor at Hamden, and the Broncos will be looking for a little revenge in that one. The BDN Sports Game of the Week brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk, online at quirkauto.com. That should be a good one at the stable, Ernie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you say, Hamden looking for a little revenge. Their only loss this year came over at Bangor. Point-worthy win that Bangor has used to maintain a top 4 position in Class AA North.
Devin Grindle in the ball game for Ellsworth. It's out there with Curtis, Bradley Smith, Harris, and the shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be won by Max Madsen, towering over everybody in there. Up ahead it goes, and a quick fire there, but a travel. And the turnover will give it back to Ellsworth. Isaac Wardwell trying to get the shot off there.
You can tell that Zach Harris has gone up against a lot of much bigger guys than him over the years. Certainly not with a lot of height there, but just a knack for knowing how to get shots over the big guys, in this case Madsen.
Oh, Max Madsen almost had another block there. Good drive by Bradley Smith. Shot would not go down. Now George Stevens on the attack. Taylor Shildroth from long range. He's hearing it from the Ellsworth student body across the way. He had to look for them after making that three.
Yeah, I think that was an ongoing conversation there.
13-9, the visitors with the lead. 1:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark with you. BDN Sports Game of the Week. Smith picks up his dribble, right wing. Here's Harris into the lane, bounces it to Williams. Williams guarded by Max Matson. Little fall away jumper there in the lane. It's no good, but Williams hustles after the rebound, and the three is good by Bradley Smith. Good effort there by Javon Williams.
Yeah, that was all him. First, the courage to take that first shot against Matson, and then the hustle to get the rebound.
Max Matson, first attempt won't go, second attempt will. The 6'6" senior picking up two right there, and the lead back to three for GSA as we approach the end of the first quarter here, 35 seconds.
Looks like Ellsworth may be satisfied to take the one, and I don't necessarily blame him. Right in this ball game, down 15-12.
Now some pressure applied by GSA. Here's Smith trying the three. That's off, no good. Max Matson had the rebound. The ball almost stripped from behind, and we're going to get a foul here against Devin Grindle, the junior guard, with the reach-in foul there against Max Matson.
Just the second team foul against Ellsworth. George Stevens just won. We played almost 8 minutes of a fairly hotly contested game, and very little in the way of foul trouble for either team.
Nice and clean, Ernie, just the way we like it. All right, GSA now a chance for the final shot here in this first quarter. Taylor Schildroth with the ball in his hands. 8 seconds left. Schildroth gets some space, fires it up there, and hits. Taylor Schildroth doesn't need a lot of room, had plenty there. Now a long shot, and it's going to be no good by Ellsworth. So a nice finish of that first quarter by George Stevens Academy. A couple of threes, late threes there by Schildroth. And as we hit the break, it is George Stevens Academy 18, Ellsworth 12 on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Back in Ellsworth, Taylor Schildroth, another shot as we get the second quarter underway. Offensive rebound by GSA, and now a foul. The block is going to go against Ellsworth and Zach Harris. 6-point lead for the Eagles of George Stevens Academy. Number 2 currently in Class C North, just behind Fort Fairfield. What do you know about that Fort Fairfield team, Ernie?
Well, they're a team.
Missed by Simmons at the line for a pair.
That gave George Stevens a pretty good battle in the Northern Maine Championship game last year in Class C. Good game for about 3.5 quarters and finally wore down. Very well coached. Logan McLaughlin doing a real good job up there, and has had them as one of the smaller schools in Class C in the hunt really every year since they moved up from Class D.
A couple of misses there by Simmons. This ball goes across the end line. It's going to be GSA ball. Triggered by Schildroth. Quick trigger from the left corner, and a miss there by Reese Dannenberg. And Stephon Simmons ends up in the stands over here trying to track down that loose basketball. Ellsworth has it. Lob pass inside to Curtis. He's guarded by Zentz. Shot is up, left short. And it's picked up there by Dannenberg. Gives it off to Schildroth. Schildroth to the free throw line. Deals it inside to Max Matson. That's going to be off his fingertips, out of bounds. Ellsworth gets it back on the turnover.
It's one of those cases where Schildroth had the shot at the 15-foot mark at the free throw line, but opted to try to
feed a teammate, and it didn't work. Ellsworth down by 6. Curtis fires up the 3, and he hits. Jackson Curtis, the sophomore, drains one there to make it a 3-point ball game once again.
Yeah, showing his versatility. Last time around went inside without success, so he stepped back beyond the 20-foot mark and found nothing but net.
Bounce pass inside to Max Matson. Ellsworth looking to double team here. Partially blocked, I think, but Max Matson got it to go.
Yeah, it certainly was blocked by one, if not two, defenders, but put the right spin on it, off the glass and in.
Lead is 5 for GSA. Here's a 3 ball. That is short, and it's going to go out of bounds. Connor Crawford, sophomore guard, could not get that one to go. Now Ellsworth going to put a little bit of pressure here in backcourt. Childroff very coolly and calmly gets it into the front court. Now goes between the legs. Very long 3, and that is wide of the mark. Rebound to Hamilton for Ellsworth. Up the left side, Taplin. Taplin spinning in the lane, left-handed shot. That's a little too strong, but offensive rebound for Ellsworth. Skip pass here, a dangerous one, and it's going to be out of bounds. Good effort there by Percy Zentz. Just could not quite contain that basketball.
Yeah, good anticipation, good size on the perimeter for George Stevens when you talk about Zentz and Childroth, and in this case Dannenberg, all with good reach and are able to get into the passing lanes.
Harris, looping pass, picked up by Hamilton. Here's a long shot put up, and it is short. Dylan Taplin with the attempt there.
Ellsworth's got to be careful not to get too 3-point happy.
Right.
Granted, it's difficult to work the ball inside, but you just can't settle for the threes because George Stevens will let you have them because the percentages are going to be in their favor defensively.
5.5 left here in this first half. 5-point ball game. Simmons loops one inside. Max Matson lost his balance. May have got pushed just a little bit there. But that ball will be across the end line, and he's having a conversation there with Nick Raymond.
I think he's got a point there. I don't think he was that off balance on his own accord, but life goes on, and the turnover goes to Ellsworth.
Ellsworth Eagles with it. Here's a drive, shot is up, and that rolls off no good, and the rebound down to Zentz. Pretty good look there for Dylan Taplin.
Yeah, that's about all you can ask for offensively in terms of an attempt. It just didn't fall.
Zentz left baseline, the drive and the bucket. Strong move there by Percy Zentz.
Yeah, Ellsworth's defense was so concerned about the entry pass to Matson that they let Zentz get to the baseline unaccounted for.
Taplin picks it up near the free throw line, outside to Curtis. He's got a 3 in this one. Now it's Hamilton. Taplin weaving his way through the GSA defense. Now goes up with the left hand. That's no good. Rebound down to Max Matson. Max Matson, an intimidating force in the center of that lane. Ellsworth trying to solve that puzzle. GSA on top by 7. Childroff. Left side of the lane, left-handed shot. That rolls off the iron, no good, but there's Percy Zentz with the offensive board. Childroff kick out Simmons straight on 3. That is no good. Rebound down to Zach Harris. Harris, the push up the middle of the court. Jackson gets a screen from Harris. Between the circles, Taplin. Connor Crawford had it momentarily. Now here is Harris, and his shot is no good.
Yeah, he's been unable to get on track so far tonight.
Childroff can't get the 3 to go, but Max Matson, the offensive rebound. Childroff in traffic, and we've got some contact. No, we've got a traveling violation. And Childroff, a look of disbelief.
Yeah, I think both things happened.
Yep.
It's just the order at which they occurred, and that spin move without that next dribble is something that is not being allowed on a very regular basis this year. And Childroff was caught doing it and wound up wiping off his face after a blow there.
Half of the fans on the opposite side of the floor liking that call. The other half very unhappy. And now we got a turnover here by Ellsworth.
Now everybody's happy.
Wow, I'm not happy.
There's no such thing as a makeup call, but everybody's happy now.
This game just flying along, just 4 fouls here in this first half. 3 minutes left to go. Childroth, a little hesitation move there on the baseline, but his pass is going to be picked off by McCullough. Bradley Smith. Harris gets it from Jackson. Jackson gets it back now. It's inside for Hamilton. Now a nice bounce pass on the cutter there to Bradley Smith. Just could not control the pass. Might have had a layup. Smith gets it back now, looking for a screen from his teammate Hamilton, and now Ellsworth's going to reset.
You just see what the presence of Matson does inside. It has Ellsworth thinking about every move they make inside the paint.
Yeah, a lot of changed shots here in this first half for Ellsworth. Smith picks it up. Zach Harris being hounded by Caden Matson. Behind the back pass, and nobody touched it. Turnover there on the errant pass from Zach Harris.
Feeling the need to try to surprise the interior defense of George Stevens there with the behind the back look, but didn't work.
Simmons, here's Childroth. Leaves it for Matson, who goes up for 2, and give him one more at the line. For Childroth, when he's driving to the basket, and he's going to create a lot of attention, as he does right here.
There he is, drawing 2 defenders to him. There's Matson with his defender on his back. Makes for an easy layup and a foul from behind. Chance for a 3-point play and the opportunity to stretch this lead out to double figures.
GSA creating a little distance here late in this first half between themselves and Ellsworth. Matson completes the 3-point play. That makes it a 10-point lead for George Stevens, their biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, when George Stevens makes that extra pass, boy, they get themselves some very good shots.
Curtis in the lane, searching for help, finally got it off to Giffen. But the ball is taken away by George Stevens. Childroth, step back 3, that's no good. Ball tipped, picked up by Jackson Curtis, ahead to Hamilton. He'll lay it up and in, and one. Good decisive pass there by Jackson Curtis, the sophomore, after he picked that one up. Quickly looked up the floor and found his teammate Hamilton streaking towards the basket.
And that's what you love when you're struggling to get anything in the half-court offense, to be able to take advantage of grabbing a defensive rebound and looking up for somebody cutting.
Hamilton misses at the line. Rebound to George Stevens. They've got the ball and an 8-point lead. Caden Matson, he'll try a 3. That's no good. His brother Max Matson goes over the back of Hamilton. Nope, I'm going to say Hamilton with the foul.
Yeah, you can't necessarily just penalize a guy because he's 6'6".
Right.
And in that case, it was Hamilton backing him up, trying to move him away from where the rebound's coming.
Here's Max Matson underneath the basket. Hands it off to Simmons. His shot no good. Ball out of bounds. Going to be off Ellsworth.
Again, it's just Ellsworth struggling to match up with that interior size, doing what they can to box out, but it's pretty good quickness on the interior by Matson to get in position despite the box outs.
And mismatch there momentarily. Pass not complete to Max Matson. He's got the ball now from Simmons. Shot is up, and it is no good. A collision. Down on his back is McCullough. The foul will go against Max Matson.
Yeah, Matson waited a little too long before deciding what he wanted to do, and it allowed the defense to surround him. And that was McCullough, I believe, 15. Did a nice job of absorbing the blow. And now he's going to take a seat to regroup just a little bit as Devin Grindle comes back in.
Stay tuned for the next home experience halftime show that's coming up. 45 seconds left to go here in the first half. Hamilton trying to get the shot off against Max Matson. That's just not working here tonight. Max Matson, another block. Childroth at this end. Count the hoop and
Yeah, there's George Stevens right there. Here comes 21 for Ellsworth. Jared Hamilton, no chance there as Matson well set to make the defensive play. Got him unofficially for 6 blocks here in the first half.
And Childroth hits from the line. An 11-point lead now for GSA. And that is now their biggest lead of the evening. Brindle brings it into the front court for Ellsworth. EHS needs a bucket here, heading to the locker room. They've been stymied here at the offensive end, and another turnover picked up by Childroth. 2-on-1. He's going to fire away and hit.
That's new wave basketball there. Get the steal, go to transition, pull up at the three-point line, and launch.
Now a three-point attempt by Ellsworth. It's no good as Darby Berry can't get it to go, and the first half comes to an end. Strong finish for George Stevens Academy, and they'll take a 14-point lead to the half. All right, stay tuned for the next home experience halftime report. That's coming up next here on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
We may not be the biggest, but we're definitely the best. Here at Tim's Plumbing, we know that when a plumbing issue pops up, you need it fixed. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. We even do kitchen and bath remodeling. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. You can call us at 735-4969 or 327-1620. At Tim's Plumbing, service is our specialty.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy french fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastdrivingschool.com. You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. And Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit for any special occasion. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Welcome back to Katsiafikis Gymnasium here at Ellsworth High School. This is the next home experience halftime report. Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News, and we're happy to have the principal of Ellsworth High School here with us, Dan Clifford. Dan, good evening.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, great to be here. Got a good crowd here tonight on senior night. Just talk about some of these events like senior night and what it means to you as a principal.
Yeah, so you know, every senior class is special, and they kind of have their own, you know, personalities. And this year, class of 2018, you know, had a great fall season and great winter seasons, all the sports. And, you know, it's a really nice class, a lot of really good kids, a lot of kids going to some really good schools. and no, they deserve the recognition.
Yeah, cheerleaders putting on a show for the fans here right now. Yeah. So obviously a lot of good things happening in the athletic department here at Ellsworth High School, but let's talk about some of the other things you've got going academically and from an extracurricular standpoint.
Yeah, so probably the most important thing is a lot of schools are doing just taking a lot of college classes while they're in high school. We have dual enrollment opportunities with UMaine Fort Kent and UMaine Augusta, University of Maine, Eastern Maine Community College, and looking to add that with Maine Maritime and Thomas College and Husson. Wow. And so we're real proud of that, and we have some kids graduate here with over 30 credits, college credit, and so they're entering college as sophomores. And that's something that we're really proud of, and kids are really taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, when Ernie and I were back in high school, we were just trying to get through high school. They're doing college in high school.
We took the classes on the other end, on the fifth year. Now, there's got to be a financial benefit to the students doing that, right? We hear all about all the debt load that college students have come out. How does that affect them going into college with all these credits?
Yeah, so like University of Maine at Fort Kent, each of those classes are $75 each. And if you took a course at UMaine Fort Kent, it would be over $200. So the colleges are hopping on to this dual enrollment, and we're glad because it's enticing kids to go to their campuses, because if they leave here with 15 UMaine Fort Kent credits, they're more apt to go there. And so I think it's smart on the college end. It really challenges our students. Our teachers teach the college courses, so it challenges our teachers to be better, and no, it's a great program.
Just talk about your background a little bit, Dan. How long have you been here at Ellsworth?
Yeah, so this is my third year as principal. I taught here and coached basketball here for 9 years, and then left and went to Sumner and Bucksport for administrative reasons. But we always lived in Ellsworth, and so it's great to be back here.
And of course, the Cliffords, a basketball family. I know your father, Jerry, well, and your brother Steve's done all right in the coaching ranks.
Yeah. Hopefully the Hornets can pick up a string of wins and make a run at the playoffs. It's been a little disappointing. They've had a lot of injuries,
including.
And so hopefully they can make the playoffs.
All right. Dan, thank you very much for joining us here in the halftime report.
Of course, thanks for having me.
All right, Dan Clifford, principal here at Ellsworth High School. We'll take a timeout. Back with more of the halftime after this on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R Series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, four-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Back at Katsiafikis Gymnasium, Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. 31-17 our halftime score. George Stevens Academy looking for their 15th straight win of the season with the lead over Ellsworth. Let's look at some of the first half highlights here. And good start here for a GSA after the miss there by Childroth. Offensive rebound and a couple of points there for Caden Matson.
Yeah, again, early on, the offensive rebounds were working in GSA's favor. Now here comes, I believe, some defense. Oh, actually a good offensive move there by Sam Giffen, just into the game at that point. Took it aggressively to the basket. And here's the no limit range of Taylor Shildroth from
Right in front of his friends.
right in front of his buddies in the Ellsworth student section for 3, and Percy Zentz attacking the basket. Good pass by Stephon Simmons setting that up. And
I think we'll see some defense here.
yeah, it's got to be some here somewhere because Max Matson was a one-man wrecking crew on the inside. One of his 6 block shots in the first half, and again, a tough go for Ellsworth to find any consistency offensively, because whenever they tried to go inside, there was the imposing Matson there to change their minds.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. Back with the second half after this on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Just about set for second half action here at Ellsworth High School. Ernie, some quick numbers from the first half.
Yeah, for George Stevens, Taylor Shildroth 18 points, Max Matson 7 points, 6 blocks, and 13 rebounds in just 16 minutes of play. For Ellsworth, 7 different players accounted for their 17 points. Nobody with more than 3 3-pointers by Bradley Smith and Jackson Curtis make them the leading scorers.
Big crowd on hand. Taylor Shildroth gets things underway. First shot of the second half, no good. Saved in by Percy Zentz, but retrieved there by Giffen for Ellsworth. Push up the left side by Harris. Finds Taplin in the left corner. Out top, it is Hamilton. Harris trying to cut into that Stevens defense. Nothing there, so the Ellsworth Eagles work it around the perimeter once again. Taplin's picked up by Simmons. Into the lane, jump stop, shot up over the front of the iron for 2.
Nice move there. Didn't go all the way to the basket to find himself face to face with Matson. Settled for that 8-footer and worked well.
Lead down to 12 after that initial bucket by Ellsworth here in the second half. Simmons gets the handoff from Max Matson. Caden had it briefly, now to his brother. Max on the right wing, Simmons inside Percy Zentz. He's got some good moves down low, does the reverse layup thing again, picks up 2. Counted and 1. Percy Zentz will be at the line.
Well, that was a slick move there. Not only did he wheel around a defender along the baseline, but came out, switched hands, and went up with the reverse. See if we see it here. There's Zentz wheeling with his right to get around to the other side of the rim, and then comes up shooting with his left. Great shot.
And he hits the free throw. Largest lead of the night, 15 for Stevens. Alone briefly underneath the basket was McCullough, but the pass is not completed there. McCullough could not reel it in.
Yeah, they see those opportunities as rare as they are near the basket, and they are tending to hurry on some of those opportunities.
Yeah, you can just see them out there. They're thinking a lot on the offensive end, and that is because of the excellent defense by George Stevens Academy, and in particular Max Matson in the middle. Here's a 3-ball shot, and that is good by Giffen.
Giffen, a little instant offense for the second half in a row there. That time Ellsworth able to capitalize on a defensive rebound and a quick push up the court.
Simmons guarded by McCullough, gets a screen from Max Matson. Now between the circles, it is Caden Matson, looks for his brother down low. A little fake of the handoff there by Max to his brother. Keeps the basketball, off balance shot, and it's going to be wide of the mark, but Max does draw the foul. So he's going to be at the line for a pair.
Yeah, he kind of went one way, came back the other way, knew there was going to be contact and absorbed it, and then put the shot up to assure himself a trip to the free throw line.
Right-handed shot is off.
Just aren't that many guys in this region with that much height to deal with. So in terms of trying to battle against him as an offense, it's something you don't see very often.
Second free throw is good, so Max Matson 1 for 2 at the line. 35-22 our score. Under the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter. Dangerous pass there, almost picked off by Shildroth, but Ellsworth maintains control, and Taplin picks up 2 right in the middle of the lane, got the shot off.
Yeah, George Stevens came out in a half-court trap in that situation, but a good job by Taplin of reading it, and again, not going all the way to the basket where Matson can be a difference, settling for that floater from about 8 feet.
And now a travel here. Violation. Percy Zentz with the extra step.
7th turnover of the game for George Stevens.
Hamilton sets, fires, and it's no good. Rising high, Max Matson, another rebound. He's got a chance for a triple-double here tonight if he continues to rack up the blocks.
He really does. The points may be the issue. He's got 7, though. Check that 8.
Something tells me he'll make it. Loose ball tracked down by Caden Matson. This time he does get the handoff from his brother, and it's dealt back to Percy Zentz, and a lot of contact there. And now the 3 by Zentz. And now it's the Ellsworth fans up in arms.
Yeah, they wanted to travel, but it looked to me like simultaneous possession. You could almost call a held ball in that situation, but Zentz stayed with it and kept his concentration and wound up making Ellsworth pay with a 3-pointer.
Here's Taplin in the lane again. He's got 2 more. So Ellsworth having a little more success offensively here. Getting those shots off in the lane.
Yeah, Taplin 3 for 3. Again, not going all the way to the baseline, settling for those 8-footers.
Oh, nice take there by Caden Matson. Working that left baseline. Hamilton up ahead. It's blocked, but no, we got a foul by Max Matson. And Hamilton's going to be at the line for 2 free throws.
Aggressive take there. Here comes Caden Matson. Didn't really have the best angle, but was able to squeeze through there with his speed and bank it off the glass and around the rim and in.
Yeah, kind of use that body, leaning back in the air to get a slightly better angle. Picks up the 2 points. Hamilton nails the first free throw. Senior forward, he's been guarding Max Matson most of the night here. And Hamilton 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
Hamilton figured out if you're going to go to the basket, you really have to commit to go all in.
You got to go hard.
You've got to go hard.
Or don't go at all.
That's right. And he got a ward. And then he had the composure to hit the 2 free throws after the collision.
Shildroth, we haven't heard from Taylor for a while. He's going to draw a foul here, but it was on the pass.
Got the quiet hand check in contrast to the collision at the other end.
And Shildroth gets it back on the out-of-bounds play. That one in and out, and we got a foul here against Percy Zentz.
You got to like the hustle, though. He really is active.
He's a man in motion.
Yeah, he is active and does largely good things for him. That time got caught off balance and committed the foul.
Hamilton, left elbow, gets it back to Taplin. He's had some success here in this second half, able to maintain that pivot foot there. Giffen kick out Hamilton for 2, and it won't go down, and a rebound by Max Matson. He's got to be up to 15 or 16 now, isn't he, Ernie?
He is. 15 is the number.
Simmons to Zentz. Simmons gets it back. Off-balance shot, no good. Rebound on the weak side by Max Matson, and his shot won't go down, but another rebound here by George Stevens. Caden Matson is going to get clobbered there, and the sophomore will be at the line.
Yeah, Caden Matson did a nice job. Again, offensive rebounds coming George Stevens' way, and one thing about Caden Matson, he's drawn the defensive assignment on Zach Harris of Ellsworth, the Eagles' leading scorer, and so far, really done a nice job. The sophomore limiting Harris to just 1 field goal for 2 points, and we're beyond the halfway point of the third quarter. That's something that I'm sure Peter Austin, the Ellsworth coach, knew he couldn't live with in terms of trying to knock off George Stevens, and that is having Harris held down offensively.
Caden Matson 1 for 2 at the line, offensive rebound. Here's the shot attempt right there by Isaac Wardwell, and now a tie-up on the floor. Coming into the ball game now for GSA is Reese Dannenberg, as Caden Matson will get a break.
And Dannenberg will pick up the defensive assignment on Harris.
Matt Matson, former GSA Eagle himself, pretty good ball player, one of the assistants for Dwayne Carter.
Pretty successful coach as well. Coached George Stevens, I believe, to a state championship.
Celtics playing at home tonight against Atlanta. Hawks having a tough season, but they lead the Celts 32-26 at the end of the first quarter down in Boston. Hamilton thought about the three in the right corner. Goes to Harris. Harris weaving through the lane. Left corner, Jackson Curtis. That shot is no good. Offensive rebound by Javon Williams. And I think Javon maybe stepped on that end line as he was making that pass.
Yep. Isaac Wardwell wouldn't let him have position on the baseline.
Oh, here's a long pass down court to Zentz. He's got two. And you can count it and add one more. Percy Zentz is going to be at the line. Taylor Shildroth playing the role of Tom Brady right here.
There you go. If he doesn't make it as a point guard, he might make it as a quarterback. That was a perfect strike to Zentz down the right sideline. And Zentz finished it off. I like Zentz as a kind of a wide receiver type myself.
I have a Julian Edelman type. Danny Amendola, no fear. Crossing, going over the middle. Here's a miss, a tip out to Harris in the left corner. Zach maintains his dribble. Hamilton, right side, fakes the shot. Now it's Connor Crawford into the ball game for Ellsworth. Javon Williams across the lane. Hamilton again, the fake. Goes up here against Max Madsen and gets it to go down. Good job there, using the body to protect the basketball.
Created a little space for himself and just enough so the shot didn't get blocked.
Wardwell's shot partially blocked, picked up by Williams for Ellsworth. Javon the push. Crawford to the free throw line. Here's Hamilton. And again goes up strong and picks up two more. And we get a little jousting there. And they're going to catch Max Madsen. As he delivered a shot here. A little jousting after this make.
Second straight make. And can't quite see what happened as the official was there, but the contact looked like a little bit of a forearm, and Madsen's going to sit.
And a technical free throw is no good from Harris.
Yeah, he looks like he is going to sit as Simmons is getting ready to come in.
Second one by Zach Harris. That is good. So 1 for 2 at the line. Ellsworth gets to within 10. Still all kinds of time left in this one. 9.5 minutes left to go. On the main hockey scene, game up the Alphon between the Black Bears and Merrimack, and Maine a 1-0 lead at the end of the first period. 43-33.
And as Dwayne Carter questions the official on what exactly happened, of course, Ellsworth gets the ball. So you had the basket by Hamilton, the technical free throw by Harris, and now a chance to make this into a 5 or 6 point possession.
Harris drives right side. Madsen's not in there now, and the shot is up and good. You could see how that changed Harris's perspective, Ernie.
Yeah, exactly right. He hadn't even looked to shoot the ball with Madsen in there, but with Madsen out, he immediately beats his defender off the dribble and goes in for a layup.
Shildroth trying to tame the momentum here for Ellsworth, but he misses the three. So the Ellsworth Eagles riding a 6-game win streak and a little bit of a run here, and another foul. This one's going to go against Zentz.
And again,
even with Madsen, as we look at this play here by Zach Harris, a little different without the 6'6" Max Madsen in there. Miss here by Devin Grindle.
I will say, though, that Hamilton twice going to the basket against
right.
Madsen may have set all this up. A, it drew the technical foul, but B, it seemed to maybe stoke some confidence that they could go inside.
And another long pass completed to Percy Zentz. He lays it in. So a couple of long passes to Zentz have been successful for GSA. And a reach-in foul here against Caden Matson. Yeah, I think you're right, Ernie. Hamilton kind of set the tone. Ellsworth, even with Max in there, a little more aggressive, just taking it to the rim. And if they can't get the shot off, they're hoping to draw the foul, which certainly happened.
Yeah, Max Matson's sitting out. Don't know if it's because of the technical or because he has 3 fouls on him now.
Curtis in the lane, puts it up, and that is good. Percy Zentz trying to defend, but Jackson Curtis, the big guy, picks up 2. Here comes GSA, 3-on-2. Scoop shot by Simmons, no good. Rebound Hamilton. 20 seconds left here in the third. Here's a drive, and the shot is no good, but a foul. And it's going to be against Wardwell or Shildroth.
Here we go again.
This
Hard
Curtis.
to the basket is Curtis, and just out-muscles Zentz for the layup there. And new life for the Eagles, and suddenly what was a 15-point deficit here barely 2 moments ago in playing time is now down to 7, and Grindle trying to gain at the free throw line.
He does gain 1 point, so it's now a 6-point ball game. So a 2-possession game here as we close in on the waning seconds of quarter number 3. Shildroth with the ball, likely to take the final shot. 3 seconds. Shildroth, long 3 is no good. Offensive rebound. Simmons, did he get it off? And they are going to count it. The bucket is good. Stephon Simmons, the offensive rebound.
Yeah, shot well off the mark. Didn't touch the rim, but there's Simmons with great position on the inside.
Quick timeout. This is the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size 1-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy french fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
Back here in Ellsworth, underway in the 4th quarter. Quick foul here against Ellsworth. It's going to be the first personal against Connor Crawford. Out there on the floor for George Stevens, Max Matson back into the ball game. Joined by his brother Caden, Percy Zentz, Stephon Simmons, and Taylor Shildroth out there for Ellsworth. Zach Harris, Jared Hamilton, Connor Crawford as well, Devin Grindle, and Jackson Curtis. Shildroth double teamed, gets the pass off, and trying to step in the passing lane there is Grindle, but he'll knock it out of bounds. And it'll be side out for Stevens. Eight-point lead for George Stevens. Little scoop shot and a miss there by Simmons, and the rebound down to Grindle, but he's going to fall to his feet, and that'll be a walk.
Didn't see if Simmons hit the Grindle or the ball. If he hit the ball, that's a great call.
It is very cold outside. I don't know what the wind chill is, but it's warm inside Katsiafikis Gymnasium. A lot of energy in the stands as well. Couple of long winning streaks here. One real long one for GSA. 14 straight after losing their season opener against Lee. 6 straight for Ellsworth. GSA number 2 in Class C. Ellsworth number 6 in Class B. And another foul going against the Ellsworth Eagles.
Turns out to be a good foul as Shildroth had a lane to the basket, open lane to the basket. Now he's going to have to earn the free throws, earn the points at the free throw line.
Shildroth, no dribble. It's the first of two. Ironically, Ernie, on this night of Eagles here, GSA and Ellsworth, when we arrived at Ellsworth High School earlier today, there was an eagle circling above Ellsworth High School. Childrath 2 for 2 at the line, lead back up to 10 for George Stevens.
Should have asked Dan Clifford about that, whether that was kind of a symbolic senior night staged event or not.
Or is that Eddie, who resides nearby?
Yeah, right.
Curtis between the legs. Now it's Zach Harris. Caden Matson knocked the ball away briefly there. Hamilton facing up against Max Matson. Got it back to Grindle, and now a dangerous pass picked off by Childrath, the head of the pack. He lays it up and in. And just like that, it's a 12-point advantage now for GSA.
Yeah, just good perimeter defensive pressure there. First by Caden Matson on Zach Harris. Didn't allow him to move forward with the basketball, so everything was lateral, and that wound up being a situation where Childrath could read the play and come out like a free safety and make the steal and go in for the layup.
6:12 left to go in the ball game. Both teams at the limit here. 7-3 team fouls aside, and the miss there by Grindle. So a missed opportunity there for Ellsworth. Childrath will take his time, moving the ball up the right side of the floor. Goes in the lane to Matson. He turns, fires, and misses. And the ball picked up there by Zach Harris. Evades the defense of Caden Matson. Up ahead, Grindle, pull-up jumper. And it's a little strong. Offensive rebound by Ellsworth. Harris will try a three, and he'll hit. And Peter Austin wants a quick timeout here for the Ellsworth Eagles. Take a look here at the offensive board there by Jackson Curtis.
And Zach Harris with a rare open shot tonight. Just his third field goal of the game, but a three-pointer.
Our replay is brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. For the best in John Deere sales and service, it's Greenway Equipment with locations in Bangor and Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook. Greenway Equipment, nothing runs like a deer. A pretty good time out there by Peter Austin. His team was losing some ground here in this fourth quarter. Got the big three there by Zach Harris and wants to get his team refocused at the defensive end.
Exactly. I mean, they've got themselves sneaking back into this thing after getting down early in the fourth quarter, but got to do the job defensively. A lot of this is going to come down to stops as to whether or not Ellsworth can make the full comeback.
Childrath cut off the pass on the right baseline. Got it back to Simmons. Now they look inside for Max Matson. Again, towering over the defense. Hamilton to the floor. Matson the miss, and the rebound taken down by Ellsworth. Outlet pass to Harris. Harris between the legs, behind the back. Drives the baseline. The shot, he left it short. And the ball tipped into the hands of Caden Matson. Caden up ahead to Childrath. Sets, fires, and the ball rims out. Offensive rebound, Max Matson. He's got two more.
Yeah, Childrath knew he could take that shot, knowing that even if he missed, that Matson already had established the offensive rebounding position, and sure enough, that's what happened.
And a three rattled home there by Bradley Smith. That was from well beyond the three-point arc, and a big one there for Ellsworth with 4:49 on the clock.
Yeah, here's that shot by Bradley Smith, as you mentioned, NBA three-point range there, and Ellsworth hanging around down 8.
53-45 our score. The BDN Sports Game of the Week brought to you in part by Tradewinds Markets. Be sure to fuel up at your local Tradewinds, where every gallon you buy helps local cancer care. We were at the Ellsworth Tradewinds earlier today, Ernie, and right next door, Fuddruckers did the drive on Sports Radio 92.9 The Tickets and enjoyed some of the fine flavors of Fuddruckers.
Fine flavors and a great atmosphere.
Yes.
People were into being there. We had
all kinds of football fans in there.
multiple Patriots jerseys there. One Antonio Brown jersey seemingly lost and out of place, but I didn't hear what he said his prediction for the game was. He wanted everybody
He wanted
to lose?
both to lose.
Okay. Well, he's a Steelers fan. I guess he's true to that.
Yeah, where are the Steelers this weekend? No, he's a good young man. That happens. Everybody else in the family a Patriot fan, but he likes the Steelers. And Antonio Brown, what a move there by Taylor Shildroff. Count it and add one more. Strong take there with the left hand.
Yeah, used his body, again, to create space away from the basket. And then the left hand to finish. Pretty unstoppable, knowing that he's even more effective going to his right hand. Defender thought he did a pretty good job to make him go to his offhand, but didn't matter. It wound up being a three-point play.
Shildroth certainly can be unstoppable, and he's also unflappable. He can miss 3 or 4, 5 in a row, and
well, he's
not deter him because he's had so much success.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of confidence.
There's a level of confidence there that you don't see a lot of at the high school level. And it doesn't stop him. He went scoreless in the third quarter, but has 7 points here in the first 3 minutes of the fourth.
Ellsworth trying to maintain contact. They're going to turn it over ahead to Shildroth. He lays it in. So the defense there by Stevens turns it into 2 points.
Shildroth tipping the ball away and then getting the pass back from Wardwell, and Caden Matson just did the same thing.
Costly turnovers by Ellsworth. Another takeaway by GSA. Here's Max Matson in the lane. Turns, fires, and gets the roll. And a timeout called here by Ellsworth. Peter Austin wants to talk it over.
Yeah, tough move here. Ball gets into the post to Matson. Goes to his left against two defenders and got pushed away off his original spot, and made the tough shot.
Looked a little bit like Kevin McHale from back in the day there with that fall-away shot from the middle of the lane. So it's 60-45. Strong fourth quarter by George Stevens Academy as they respond here against one of their rivals from Class B, the Ellsworth Eagles. 3:44 left on the clock. The BDN Sports Game of the Week brought to you by the Next Home Experience. Whether buying or selling real estate, let our experience better yours. Visit nexthomeexperience.com. Our next game on Tuesday in Hamden. They call it the Stable. Talk about rivalries. Bangor, who defeated the Hamden Academy Broncos earlier this year. Of course, Bangor in AA, Hamden in A. That's the only loss for the Broncos here in this season. All right, some work here for Ellsworth, and a tricky shot there by Dylan Taplin. He gets it to go.
Yeah, he's a pretty cagey guy in there around the basket, both using his body and using both hands.
Shildroth facing up against three Eagles. Pass partially deflected, but tracked down by Simmons. Gets it off to Shildroth. Quick trigger. That one missed off the front of the iron, and the rebound to Ellsworth. Rebound there by Darby Berry. Here's Taplin beyond the arc. Now dips inside the arc, hands it off to Harris. Berry to Taplin. Taplin picked up by Max Matson into the lane. Jump stop and a little jump hook. He picks up two more. And we got a tie up in backcourt. Arrow's going to give it to Ellsworth.
Here's Taplin going to the basket. Jump stop, borderline jump stop there, but created some space for Matson, able to go up with the right hand, get the ball to go, and now with the held ball, Ellsworth regains possession, a chance to string a couple of baskets together here.
60-49. Taplin dribbles it to the near sideline, keeps that dribble. And it's going to be taken away here by Caden Matson. Matson goes hard to the hole, and he's going to get fouled. Ends up on the floor. He's going to be at the line for two free throws.
Boy, perimeter defense here for the Eagles. Matson on this play. Shildroth's had a couple of steals in the out on the perimeter, setting up offensive advantages. And just when Ellsworth would like to, again, string points together to try to come back, George Stevens just simply won't let them.
4-possession game now with the free throw. by Caden Matson, making it a 12-point affair. Kaplan's going to check out. McCullough in. And Caden goes 2 for 2 at the line. A couple of big free throws there for George Stevens, looking for a little breathing room. Zach Harris puts it high off the window, but it's no good. She'll draw off the board, pushes it up the left side, surges to the basket, scoop shot, no good, but a foul coming against Ellsworth. So Stevens with a 13-point lead. Not looking to chew up any time or anything, just looking to add points.
I don't believe that's in Taylor Shildraw's nature, to be perfectly honest with you.
Hold the basketball?
Hold the basketball, no. We just keep scoring. They can't match us offensively. That's his attitude, though, is that he can't be outscored. So as long as they're taking it to the basket, they're in fine shape, and he's been largely proven right over the last 3 years at 57-2.
And he goes 2 for 2 at the line. What's his point total now? Let's see.
29.
Do you have enough fingers and toes there?
Yeah. 29 and a kind of, I don't want to say quiet 29, but he
did go
scoreless in the third quarter.
Shot missed here by Sam Giffen. Rebound down to Max Matson, and now Stevens may try to salt a little time away here. Yeah, maybe not, as Shildroth drives and left-handed bounce pass. Those passes off the dribble.
That's a tough pass for a big guy to catch.
Right.
He's got to have an awareness that he was going just a little bit too fast to be able to make that pass a little bit softer for Matson.
We're going to get a line change here for Coach Austin as the three is hit there by Bradley Smith. He's had a couple here in this fourth quarter, 3 for the ball game. Shildroth into the front court. Still a 4-possession game, but the clock working against Ellsworth. GSA trying to make it 15 wins in a row. And quite a run in the Blue Hill area. Here's a nice feed from Shildroth to Caden Matson. Shildroth known for his scoring, Ernie, but he knows he draws a lot of attention and picks up the assists as well. Wow, that's a shot just over midcourt by Harris. A long rebound picked up by Stevens, and laying it in is Caden Matson. And Coach Dwayne Carter calls time, and some new players looking into the ball game.
Yeah, that was an interesting play as Zach Harris was nearly at half court, but he shot it off the backboard and immediately went to chase it like he was doing it on purpose.
Should get 4 points if you make that one.
Here's Shildroth dribbling the baseline, didn't have a shot, but saw Matson cutting to the basket. A nice dish on that last play with a half-court shot. The ball rebounded out near half-court. Shildroth just tipped the ball ahead because he saw Caden Matson flash into the front court. So he got a one-touch rebound and an assist on the same play.
BDN Sports Game of the Week brought to you by Dean's Detailing. They've been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. 45 seconds left. Get some new faces into the ball game, and a couple of points there for number 11. That's Austin Harris. Also on the floor, Javon Williams, Darby Berry, Devin Grindle out there, and number 33 into the ball game, Norman Jodry. And for George Stevens on the floor, Reese Dannenberg, Eric Moat, and here's Wardwell with a scoop shot. That's no good. Also in the game is Andrew Zwez. And a shot there, no good. 4 seconds. Up ahead it goes. Here's Moat picking up 2 points as the buzzer sounds. And that will do it from here in Ellsworth and Katsiafikas Gymnasium. George Stevens Academy prevails. They win this one 70-54. They improve to 15-1 on the season. And for Ellsworth, they fall to 10-6 with the loss here tonight. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the postgame show after this on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
We may not be the biggest, but we're definitely the best. Here at Tim's Plumbing, we know that when a plumbing issue pops up, you need it fixed. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. We even do kitchen and bath remodeling. The master licensed technicians here at Tim's Plumbing specialize in installations, repiping, and service repair. You can call us at 735-4969 or 327-1620. At Tim's Plumbing, service is our specialty.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastdrivingschool.com. You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. And Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit for any special occasion. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
Welcome back to Katsiafikis Gymnasium. It is time for the post-game reports here on the BDN Sports Game of the Week as George Stevens Academy picks up their 15th straight win here in the 2017-2018 season. 70-54 is the final. The BDN Sports Game of the Week brought to you by Digital Workshop. Digital Workshop specializes in video production, including weddings, events, sports, videos for business, and the web. Visit mainprovideo.com. Going to get to some highlights here in just a second. Also want to remind you that the BDN Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Northeast Driving School. They have been Maine's leader in driver education since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 is Northeast Driving School. Register for courses at northeastdrivingschool.com. All right, let's get to the highlights from this GSA win as the GSA Eagles defeat the Ellsworth Eagles, but a pretty good third quarter made this game interesting, Ernie.
Yeah, there's Dylan Taplin, who figured out how to score against the interior defense of George Stevens. That's to not go all the way to the basket. He had 6 points in the third quarter, and here's Percy Zentz passing the ball to Matson after coming out of the scramble with the offensive rebound. Matson getting the ball right back to him, knocking down a three-pointer. Zentz very active at both ends of the court tonight. Here comes Jackson Curtis, just a sophomore, powering through Matson on that play for a basket. And Bradley Smith, 3 3-pointers of the night, 2 in the fourth quarter to try to keep his team within contact. And here's Taylor Shildroth splitting the defense with a nice left-handed drive to the basket. Got fouled as well and capped off the three-point play.
Pardon me, Ernie. Quiet in the third, but not in the fourth for Shildroth.
And there's a fadeaway against 2 defenders, over 2 defenders by Matson. Nice touch on the ball there. Get the soft roll. Here's Matson again getting to the baseline, but help defense comes in the person of Zach Harris. But his man, Caden Matson, saw that, cut to the basket, and Shildroth, the distributor on that play for the wide open layup.
All right, so we'll take one more time out here in the post-game show. When we come back, we'll get you the final numbers, and we'll look ahead to our next ball game here on the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy French fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Welcome back to Ellsworth High School. Family, friends, fellow students, players milling around the court here at the Katsiafikas Gymnasium as we put the wraps on this night of basketball. Ellsworth had their moments here tonight, surged in the third quarter, but George Stevens Academy turned it on in the fourth. And GSA with the 72-54 win here tonight over Ellsworth. Going to get to those numbers here in just a second, but want to remind you to catch The Drive weekdays 4 to 6 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. The Drive, your sports, your teams, your show. And we also want to tell you about our next broadcast here on the BDN Sports Game of the Week. It's going to feature the Bangor Rams and the Hamden Academy Broncos from Hamden Academy. That matchup coming up on Tuesday night, February 6th. The Rams handed the Broncos their only loss earlier this season. So the Broncs will be looking for a little revenge against their longtime rival. Catch the live stream on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. All right, Ernie, looking forward to that one, and looking forward to see what you have here for stats from this ball game.
Yeah, final score 70-54 for George Stevens Academy. Taylor Shildroth led the way, 29 points on the night. Max Matson, 12 points. Didn't total up the rebounds, but I would say upper teens on the rebounds to go with 6 block shots. Just a strong two-way effort there. Percy Zentz with 14 points. Caden Matson with 11. 2 apiece for Stephen Simmons and Eric Moat for a total of 70. For Ellsworth, Dylan Taplin with 12 points. Bradley Smith with 9. Zach Harris with 8. Zach Harris with 8. Jared Hamilton with 8. 5 points for Jackson Curtis. 3 points for Andrew McCullough. And 5 for Sam Giffen. And 2 points for Devin Grindle and Austin Harris for their total of 54.
And point-worthy win here tonight for GSA. That will propel them into the number 1 spot ahead of Fort Fairfield, who came in tonight with barely a lead in the tournament index, a little less than a 2-point lead there. So GSA moving up in the ranks, and you would have to consider them the favorite, obviously, with the success they've had recently. Now 58 out of 60 heading into that Class C tourney.
Yeah, they should have secured number 1 in Class C North for the tournament here, as Fort Fairfield has just a couple of games left against Class D opponents, not able to make up the number of points that GSA will get off a victory over a good 10-win Ellsworth team tonight.
Ellsworth has Foxcroft and MDI left on their regular season schedule, both of those games on the road. And again, you can catch this game tonight on demand at driveshowmaine.com. That's driveshowmaine.com. Go to the SNME page for Sportsnet Maine, and you'll see all of our BDN Sports games of the week right there. Again, this game between GSA and Ellsworth available on demand as of Monday. All right, Ernie, great job by you. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Looking forward to it.
All right, and want to thank our entire Sportsnet Maine crew here. working the floor. Those cameras on the floor. Amanda Mitchell and Aaron Jackson and Hunter Tracy working the main camera up here in the bleachers. And of course, Kim Mitchell directing the show here from Digital Workshop, and Mark Paulette on replays. I'm Jim Churchill saying so long from Ellsworth High School, Katsiafikis Gymnasium. The final score once again, George Stevens Academy 70, the Ellsworth Eagles 54. This has been the BDN Sports Game of the Week.
The BDN Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk, online at quirkauto.com. The next home experience. Let our experience better yours. Greenway Equipment Sales. In Bangor and Ellsworth, nothing runs like a deer. The BDN Sports Game of the Week is also brought to you by Tradewinds Markets. Fuel up at your local Tradewinds, where every gallon you buy helps local cancer care. Dean's Detailing, Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Digital Workshop, online at mainprovideo.com. And by Northeast Driving School, making a difference since 1969. And The Drive, your sports, your teams, your show, weekdays 4 to 6 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. The BDN Sports Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine.